Hi, my name is Ashley Thurn, and this is my recording for Module 5 for neurobiology. I remember learning in my undergraduate studies about overdosing, and we learned how if a person takes the normal amount of drugs that they normally would use in a different setting, their risk at overdosing increases significantly. The reason for that is because the body overdoses due to lack of conditioning. When a person takes drugs in a familiar setting, their body becomes very conditioned to preparing and getting ready for that drug. And when they are taking the drug in a different setting, the body does not have the chance to go through that conditioning phase. The article we read explains implications for working with people suffering from opiate addiction. Counselors can only do so much to help their clients, however. The couple in the article had decided to quit drugs together, and they stated that they wanted to achieve sobriety together. Sadly, the husband was unable to keep his promise to his wife and used in an unfamiliar area a normal amount, nothing that he probably thought would lead him to overdose, but it ended up being a fatal dose for him. The article is important for counselors to know about because people suffering from an opiate addiction may not realize that this is a possibility. They may not understand that if they use in a different setting, their risk at overdosing increases significantly. In order to educate the clients, counselors need to understand this themselves. Educating is an important thing in counseling, and when we have knowledge such as this, we need to make sure that it is shared with our clients. This article shows the dangers of opiates when not taking in a normal setting, but counselors should also be aware an overdose can happen anywhere. Whether it's from the normal amount or a little bit more than their normal amount, there's a possibility despite the setting. Also, another implication that can be made is that people who state that they want to stop using may truly want to, but the addiction pulls them right back into using once again. The husband stated that he wanted to stop and promised his wife that he was going to, but when he was alone, he found himself going right back to his drug of choice. Unfortunately, this is a common thing with people who use drugs. They say they want to quit, they're going to quit, and the next day they may go for a day of sobriety, and then they end up using again. Counselors must believe in their clients when they say that they want to stop, but must also know the client may not be ready. It's all about meeting the client where they're at and kind of diagnosing and then providing the proper treatment from there. You cannot make a person stop doing something by simply telling them to stop. They have to want it for themselves. This is one of the most dangerous parts of addictions. The user can say that they want to stop and think each time that they use that it's going to be their last time, but in reality, they might know that it might not be. Another implication that can be drawn is that people might not know about the setting and how the setting really influences the overdose. There are numerous overdoses that occur annually where people use in places that they're unaccustomed to using. The message needs to be spread that using in an uncommon place can lead to, unfortunately, death. The findings of this research should be shared with clients who are battling an opiate addiction. I would explain to the client that the body undergoes a preparation stage when use is anticipated. The body kind of conditions itself. It gets ready for the phase of the obtaining the drug, the preparing the drug, and finally using the substance. When this process is not part, then an overdose may occur. The body does not have the proper time to prepare for the substance that will be entering it, and therefore is not ready and not equipped to handle the drug when it is injected. A counselor should always warn their clients when information like this is known in order to protect the client. I would simply explain to the client that despite the amount of the opiate that they use, it could still be a fatal end for them. There's always practical advice that a counselor can give to their client. Whether or not the client decides to follow and use that advice is solely up to the client. After explaining the situation of the overdosing in an unfamiliar area to the client, I would give them the advice to be cautious of using outside their normal comfort zone. When clients are in treatment, it's not just they come in one day and the next day they stop using drugs. They're still going to be using drugs. They're still going to be tapering down. They're going to be introduced to new medications that could help them. So we do need to make make the clients aware that if they do keep using, there are specific things that they need to watch out for. I would explain that the body needs that step prior to actual use in order to condition itself for the substance. At the end of the day, it's up for the client to abstain from using. Counselors can use all the tools and techniques possible, but it really is the client who lives the lifestyle of abstinence or drug use. Thank you.